Looks like something outrageous is popping up in California. Bubonic plague. Yes, I said it right. Bubonic plague. I don't know. I haven't watched any videos of this, but we got 2 videos to look at. It looks like bubonic plague was found in the lake or in some kind of ticks or something. Let's jump over into it without guessing around what it's about. But bubonic plague, the Black Death, absolutely crazy. But let's jump into it.
I think it's crazy. I didn't even know the plague was still something that was going on.
For both visitors and residents of South Lake Tahoe, it's shocking to hear about a case of the bubonic plague.
That's what's very news to me, and that's scary.
But the cases are rare, but they do occur.
Heather Orchard, the nursing manager for El Dorado County Public Health, says plague bacteria are commonly found in higher elevation areas. It's carried by rodents and often transmitted by fleas.
So this person was camping in an area in South Lake Tahoe and was bitten likely by a flea.
That person is now getting medical treatment and recovering at home.
A lot of the symptoms are very common: nausea, vomiting, muscle aches, a bite that they may have noticed.
While these cases can be serious, they are curable.
It's treated with antibiotics and it's early identification.
The last human case of plague in El Dorado County was in 2020, but officials are routinely tracking it.
Oh, wow.
So far this year, 4 rodents have tested positive in the Tahoe Basin.
We should have something letting people know that, hey, be careful, wear something. We should make some aware to people.
Yeah, this wasn't even a thought in my mind that they still had bubonic plague out there. I mean, I might just be ignorant, but it's not something that would have just occurred to me. I'm thinking they would die out. Or it was only in labs that are just like still studying it, like smallpox and other stuff like that. I would have never thought that rodents still have it. But they say it's curable, completely curable with antibiotics. Yep. So that's what made it so deadly. They didn't have antibiotics back then and stuff like that. And they didn't have ways to handle their waste and dead bodies and all that good stuff. So it was way deadlier than it was, but it's still something crazy to think about, something that was so deadly in the past. It's still going on now. Let's keep going.
Still, there are a lot of questions from people who frequent the area.
Is this the only place it's been happening?
About a disease they first read about in their history books and the latest person to test positive.
We thank you for...
Absolutely crazy, y'all. But let's get over into this next video about it. Just another video, another viewpoint. Let's get into it.
With less than 2 weeks to go until the Labor Day weekend, a warning from officials in South Lake Tahoe after a person contracted the plague. Hartford's Lindsay Ford spoke with health officials and outdoor experts about how you can stay safe if you're planning to visit the area for the holiday weekend.
Well, this is still the same kind of bacteria that we're all familiar with when we hear bubonic plague, but we are way ahead from a medical perspective of how we deal with it than we were back in the Middle Ages.
Last week, a South Lake Tahoe resident became ill and later tested positive for the plague. Carla Haas, the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for El Dorado County, says health officials believe the infection was likely caused by a bite from an infected flea. She adds that while the word plague may seem a little scary, it is treatable.
And while it's a very serious disease, we don't want people to panic. It's also extremely treatable. If somebody seeks medical attention from their provider, relatively quickly, they can be treated with antibiotics very successfully, just like this particular person was.
When people think about outdoor safety, they often worry about wildlife. But as Ryan Forbes with the California State Park...
Never would have thought about plague. I don't care where your mind goes. You would never, if you're camping out, you're never going to think, oh, I could get the plague. The plague? Absolutely.
Bay Area District points out it's just as important to watch out for harmful insects like ticks, fleas, and mosquitoes.
Notice I'm in long sleeves. It's still summer. If I'm going to be pushing around in the bush, if I'm going to be moving around out there's going to definitely be a chance of getting bugs on me. And having this protection between them and my body is always going to be good.
Experts recommend wearing long sleeves, pants, and high socks, along with bug spray to keep insects away.
Prevention is always the big key whenever we're talking about health.
They also advise staying on clear trails and avoiding brushing against shrubs or tall grass where insects like to hide. Echoing Forbes's warning, Haas also urges people to avoid contact with wild rodents.
So all those cute little chipmunks and squirrels that we see and we're tempted to give peanuts to, stay clear from them. Give them their space.
Lindsay Ford, Cron 4 News.
Absolutely crazy, y'all. But we got, because I haven't looked at any information on the plague back in the day, or called the Black Death, since I was back in what I was back in elementary or middle school. But let's just a little breakdown of it, just so us to remind us what it actually was. So estimated. So this back in the bubonic plague, back in between 1348 or 1346 and 1353, killed estimated 25 to 50 million people in Europe, representing 30 to 60% of the European population. Some sources suggest that the death toll was even higher, reaching 200 million. However, this is widely less accepted. It is important to note that the plague continues to spread and cause outbreaks in other parts of the world for centuries after the initial European outbreak. For example, the third plague pandemic in 1894 to 1929 is estimated to kill, oh my God, 12 million people in Asia? Wow, I did not know that. The only one I really know about is the one I was taught about in school is the European one back in the 1346. Absolutely crazy. But the main thing is what they said: be careful when you are out there in the woods, especially use long sleeve, bug spray, all that stuff. Don't be trying to pet and cuddle with the squirrels and the cute little chipmunks. Nah. Keep them all away. Keep them all away, because yes, it is curable, but it's not something I would want to catch. I don't care if it is curable. The idea of me catching the bubonic plague might sound cool to some people, but nah. I don't even want to, because I might be that one person who my body wasn't built for. Nah, I'm not trying to be a statistic. I'm not trying to be a statistic, but let me know your thoughts. Did you know that the bubonic plague was still going around, or we're still had some cases? It's rare, but still some cases out there. Tell me your thoughts. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow. But it's time to pivot. Got to pivot over into the... All right, everybody. Remember, this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.